Hey everybody, so with the media patch hitting yesterday, there's been a lot of questions on where we should be looking in terms of gear. So first I want to be talking about the Asula set. And now the main purpose of this video is to just cover what the Asula set is, where you can get it, and why you should be looking to get these items. Now as far as the Asula items themselves, they're an unenhanceable item in the game at the moment, so the stats that you get them at are the stats they're going to stay at. However, looking at these two on the screen already, the Crimson Eye Ring and the Crimson Eye Earring, what you'll see is they've got a considerable amount of AP, coming out at 7 AP and 7 AP 2 DP on the ring. However, that's all they have. They're lacking any accuracy. Now that's not to say they're a bad thing. In fact, if you do pick up the full set, then you're going to benefit from a plus 20 accuracy buff, along with some HP as well from the other set pieces. Now these accessories are pretty easy to farm. They are from the Mediah area, so if you're not able to kill the mobs out here, you are going to find it a little bit difficult. However, when we're comparing these items to other items currently in the game, for example things like the Witch's Earrings, or even the sealed magical items that I've just done a video on recently, you'll see that these are pretty much the best you can get without enhancing items. So to give you a little bit of a comparison, compared to a Pry Ring of Sealed Magical Power, you're going to gain 1 AP and 1 DP if you pick up the Asula Crimson Eye Ring. It only starts to become less of a comparison once you're able to get your items up to Duo or above. But even then, a Ring of Sealed Magical Power at Duo is only 7 AP and 2 DP. The difference we get though comes from the accuracy. Now the Sealed Magical items, the Witch's Earrings and the Marks of Shadow all have accuracy on the individual items. So if you're not able to get the full set, chances are you're not going to be able to benefit from them. This is where the choice gets a little bit more difficult. Are you going to go for a full set of Asula, or are you going to start to farm the other items? Now my personal preference is going to be to farm the Asula set to start with. If you don't have access to Duo Earrings or Duo Rings, then the Asula set's going to last you for a fair bit of time. And it actually becomes a viable option to start with the Asula set before you look to switch out to things like Duo or Try, Witch's Earrings and Marks of Shadow. Now there's not just the earrings and the rings that are available. We do also have the Asula Crimson Eye necklace and the Asula Crimson Eye belt. Now the thing that stands out here has got to be the necklace. If you were to look on the marketplace, you'll see Ogre Ring selling for around 100 million, usually a lot more. Now the Asula necklace has 1 AP more. The only difference being here is that you're looking at sacrificing the accuracy still. However, for most people, an Ogre Ring's not a viable option, and for the vast majority of the player base at the moment, getting an Ogre Ring to Pry or Duo just isn't going to happen. Not only is the drop rate incredibly low, at around 0.05%, the cost of these on the marketplace is just really high, and a lot of people are going to shy away from trying to sort of upgrade these or enhance them, because it's not worth the potential loss of 100 million plus just for a little bit of an AP game. So for me personally, I'm going to be sitting with the Crimson Eye necklace for the foreseeable future. I am picking up some of the other Asula pieces, however, because I have Duo and Pry sealed items, I'm probably not going to be looking at completing the full set. It's just not going to be as viable for me on my character at the moment. However, for a lot of people that aren't so far ahead of the curve on items, like a lot of the guys in our guild, who are already sporting sort of Duo and Try accessories, the Asula set's definitely going to be one of your best options. So where do you get these from? Well, the necklace itself comes from the abandoned iron mine. You can find this area south of Altanova, and to be able to grind here, you're really only looking at having sort of 75 AP and 110 DP roughly. This is also going to be one of the best spots to level from around 51 plus. The experience is still pretty good at around sort of 53, 4 and 5, and it's definitely going to overshadow places like the Hex Sanctuary and Abandoned Monastery. So if you weren't one of the people that already got to 55 and were waiting for 56, this is going to be a great place to not only level, but also look to pick up this accessory. Now the drop rate is really low, however that being said, when one of my guildmates and myself went there to grind last night, it took us less than an hour to pick up this necklace. Compared that to how long people have spent trying to pick up Ogre Rings, and this is definitely going to be one of the best places to grind to get one of your first accessory upgrades. Now the other three items drop in pretty much the same areas, so the belt itself is in Elric Shrine, and the Asula Ring and the earrings drop from Helm's Post. Now these are pretty much next to each other. What I tend to do here is put a storage up in Kusha. It doesn't have storage, so you'll have to rent a container from Heidel and pull it all the way across here to put it in a residence. But this is going to be one of the best places to grind just for money purely, but also while you're there collecting the tradable items, you're going to be able to pick up your Asula rings, earrings, and the belt. Now don't get me wrong, it is going to take quite a bit of time to get these to drop. However, when you consider that they drop at higher levels than your Pry, Witch's Earrings and Marks of Shadow, your time's probably going to be a lot better spent out here, especially if you're still looking to gain experience. So what I would advise doing is starting at a banded iron mine, look to pick up your necklace. From there, I'd probably say go to Helm's Post and try and pick up the Asula ring and the earrings. The reason being is that you're going to need 2 rings, 2 earrings, so you're going to spend the most time here. And then finally pick up the Asula belt from the Elric Shrine. That's going to be the last piece. Now obviously if you want to play around, if you've got the extra silver to pick up the Witch's Earrings and the Marks of Shadow, then you can look to pick those up instead. However, like I said before, because these items don't have any accuracy, if you do try to break the set up, so if you don't run the full set or you start to rotate pieces out, you need to be careful of the fact that you're going to be losing 20 accuracy by dropping any part of this set. And you're going to need to be picking that up from other pieces of gear, either from looking to collect earrings and rings or belts and necklaces before you start to upgrade, or by looking at ways you can alternate your weapons out. Now, I run with Laverto, so the accuracy isn't a huge issue for me. However, I still won't be switching out a lot of my accessories and messing around too much, because the accuracy that I'm getting from my sealed magical rings, the Witch's Earrings, is going to be a lot more significant than the Asula when it comes to the fact that I can switch individual accessories out. So this is just a quick look for you at the new Asula set in the game and where you can find it. Hopefully it's been of some use to you guys. Again, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe. The channel's really growing now, and I'm really grateful for all the feedback that everybody's given me and for every one of you that's watching. Have a great day.